Let's walk through how to create a fully dimensioned multi-view drawing for our stack component within our miniature train assembly. So far, I've started off with having a cover page in our working drawing set. I'm going to go ahead and look at, I've got an assembly drawing here, and I'm going to add a new sheet to our set. Before we start adding, I'm going to go ahead and click on the little arrow on document settings and notice the dimension units. And I'm going to go ahead and click that little item right there, the little icon that shows up next to dimension units. You're going to see our linear precision is going to be set to, we really want this to be set to 3 decimal places. And then we want to have trailing zeros turned on. So I'm just going to toggle this on there as far as that goes. I'm going to go ahead and say OK. So right now, notice that my dimension units are in inches and everything should be good there, even though you may see some other spots where you can toggle on and off for metric measurements. I'm going to go ahead and select base view. You're going to see the front view of the train. I'm actually going to increase the scale to a 2:1 because it's going to make the train look really big, but what we're going to do is we're going to hide the stack components. I'm going to purposely kind of place it right here. I want to turn on visible and hidden edges, and I'm going to go ahead and select OK. Now, our train is kind of running down in here and everything. And if you look, we actually get, here's the miniature train assembly, and then we have a listing of all of our parts. And see these little check boxes is I can actually turn off different parts. Like the train body just got hidden, and I can go down and just uncheck all these things until I only am showing what I want. A quick and easy way is to go down to the stack, right-click on that name, and say suppress all except selected. And that will turn everything off but the stack. And that's exactly what we want. So it saves a little time and not having such tedious kind of repetitious movements. We'll go ahead and place this here. I'm going to grab the projected view option. We'll go ahead and project a top view and an isometric view. Double click on the ISO view and shade it. And then actually I'm going to get rid of this front view because we're going to replace it with a section view. So to kind of help us out, I am going to place a center mark on the top view here for our stack. And in order to do our section view, I'm actually going to go ahead and go up here to the create panel and then see that there's a section view here. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the parent view. And then what I'm going to do is just touch. I'm not going to click, but just touch that point, and I'm going to place it on the outside. I'm going to go over to the middle. I'm going to click, and I'm going to click down here. And then it's going to create a half section for our part. And I'm going to kind of leave a little bit of room here toward the bottom, just so that way that we have this little view label. I'm going to drag this up just a little bit so that way it fits. And there we go. And I can actually kind of move this up a little bit as well, just to give us some more room and to be able to give us areas to dimension. So the first thing we'll do is we're going to go ahead and start dimensioning. So I'm going to zoom in down here from here to here. I should have a 0.5. So some of that precision will come in. Notice down here, I've got a little bit of room. I'm going to go ahead and grab the text note, and I'm going to grab the edge, this little angled edge here. And so notice I misclicked that. I'm going to zoom in and grab the angled edge. Here we go. We want where the leader is going to be pointing to it. And I'm going to go ahead and put in, just type 0.01 by 45. And then I need a 45 degree. So I'm going to go over to symbols, and I'm going to just put degree in there by clicking on it, and then go ahead and put the chamfer on there. So now if that's running outside of the border, I do need to kind of drag this guy in just a little bit more, so that way it's not running outside of the border. So there's my text note. For my dimension, I'm going to go ahead and grab the bottom line, go to this point. That's going to be 0.25. And then I can do the same thing from the bottom to this point. It's going to be 1.5. From the bottom to the very top corner, 1.75. So there's all the heights. To get the angular measurement, I'm just going to go ahead and click on the center line here, and I'm going to click on the angled line, and I can go ahead and pull that 15 degree measurement and place that right there. The last portion is going to be this 1.25 diameter measurement. And then the very last thing we're going to do here is we're going to add in a hole note. So I'm going to go up here and grab the hole and thread note option, and I'm going to go ahead and choose this hole, click, and you're going to see that here, for the most part, all of our dimensions and everything look just like the way we want them to. And I'm going to go ahead and select OK. This will finish up creating the stack drawing, and everything should match on your screen as what you have for the example. But there we have a half section view that's needed in order to communicate some details, as well as a hole note and some other values to make sure that we could manufacture this part.